Come home to me, Professor.
I love you, wife.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
I got pussy. I got penis. Who could ask for anything more?
This is the sort of thing I think Richard Kelly would hear and probably double over laughing for an hour and a half. If I had to guess.
To be honest, that's probably the kind of stuff that like John Lovitz was doing, like as his act around this time.
Oh, who even? No, because I think what John Lovitz was too focused.
Penis.
Who could ask for anything more?
I think John Lovitz
more.
was a little too focused on delivering the single most chilling and out of nowhere performance of his career.
Do you want to fuck and watch a movie? Do you want to fuck and watch a movie? You know, he just gets right to it. He's not beating around the bush. He's making a direct request based upon his desires.
I thought
that's why Officer Bart Bookman is innocent. Free Bookman.
I hate to say he's not innocent.
Nothing wrong.
No, I was trying to explain this film to like my girlfriend, and I was like, yeah, then,
impossible.
Like,
Challenge level impossible.
No offense, Ty.
Like,
red flag.
Yeah, Ty. I'm sorry. I kept girlfriend of the pod Kelly far away from the movie Southland.
No, because I think she would really respect and enjoy it as like a sort of gonzo wild thing. But I got to the point where I was like, and then John Lovitz is like Derek Chauvin, and she was like, what the fuck? Like,
It's
are
true.
you even talking
It's
about?
true. It's all true.
Oh, I mean, we can't.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so Boxer Santeros is believed to be the Messiah. So they decorated him with tattoos of every major Earth religion, and whichever one bleeds is the one that would ultimately be declared the victor of human religion. Kristen Now was pumped full of pharmaceutical mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, like the Oracle of Delphi, and she made a grand prophecy in the form of a Hollywood screenplay called The Power.
She's a psychic porn star who went through a time rift, who was able to then...
She didn't go through the time rift.
She didn't go through the time rift.
I read
Boxer
somewhere that she
Santeros
went
goes through
okay.
the time rift.
You're right. Okay.
And of course, Roland Taverner goes through the the time rift. But they're the ones who go through the time rift. And of course, several monkeys. But we don't really find out what happened to them. Right. I assume.
Because their souls.
Well, monkey souls can't survive. We all know that monkey souls can't survive the time rift.
We all know this.
We all know. I mean, that's just science. I learned that in 11th grade biology, and if you didn't, you weren't paying attention.
This has got to be the fastest
This is what they taught
needed.
in Bush. This is what they taught in No Child Left Behind.
Justin, you cut out there for a second. I'm sorry.
I know.
Were you making a timely No Child Left Behind reference?
Yes.
Well done, Justin.
Thank you.
Fun fact
but yes, Ty, this is the fastest we've ever gotten to talking. Because if we don't, from whatever point we start talking about Southland Tales, put 3 hours on the clock, you know? So we got to get started quickly.
Well, I texted you guys, after, because I had seen this film before, and on rewatch, I texted you guys, and I said something to the extent of, like, I think this, like, doesn't even qualify for the show. I think this is the most straight-up great movie we've ever covered, honestly. The least controversial, most, like, I watched this, and I'm like, I don't get the hate.
You just don't get it. You don't understand where one might come from.
No, I think it's so brilliant.
Okay, because I'm something of a Southland Tales enjoyer myself. It was, of course, my pick. I own the boutique Arrow Video Blu-ray, release of Southland Tales. Got that on eBay for a reasonable price. Could not find a reasonable price on the prequel saga graphic novel, so I found ways of acquiring it. That were, I talked to USI Death, and they smuggled me a copy. Now, USI Death, of course, that is the neo-Marxist enclave that opposes USI Dent, which is a government entity, an extrapolation of the Patriot Act of the NSA to its furthest possible extreme.
Okay, I think before,
and I wish I liked it.
Okay, perfect.
The full spectrum.
But I guess what I was going to say is that despite all that, I do understand why one would not like something.
Kevin, how's it feel? How does it feel for the Flood Pack to be on the other back here? For you to really hope someone likes it?
That was not the expectation.
Like that's the thing. Kevin was being very judicious that he absolutely understands why this would bounce off. This might bounce off against people.
And the experience of watching it is like it is bouncing off of me while I'm eating it with two hands. I'm scarfing down the party sub at the same time the party sub is rejecting me.
Is it the juvenility
he's
of it
devouring the buffalo while it's still kicking.
It's like, but I don't understand why this is seen as like unapproachable and something like, but there are
Donnie Darko.
Yeah, something like Donnie Darko or obviously Mulholland Drive. This movie literally just steals a scene from Mulholland Drive. Hats off if you're gonna steal from the best.
Damn straight.
Is it the hard on sleeve political
it's
nature?
Certifiably Lynchian.
I mean, it is. It's one of the few movies that actually I feel like gets to Lynchian and not just in the sense of it's clearly very inspired by David Lynch. I think it actually replicates dream logic in a way that so few things accurately can. Because I can't tell you how many times, when you're having a dream, I don't know if this is a universal experience, if this is just me, but I'll have a dream where I'm watching it and I'm like, this is the greatest story I've ever seen play out before my eyes. I can't believe the ups and downs this is taking. This makes perfect sense. And then I wake up and I'm like, that made literally no sense. That made there's actually no conscious way to deconstruct what I just went through. I think Southland Tales is potentially it is up there for me with Mulholland Drive in terms of actually I actually feel like I am engaged with the dream logic of it. I think Inherent Vice is also another big one. Where the dream logic to me makes perfect sense while I'm watching it, even if I don't know what is going on.
You're having the same dream. And Ty, let me ask you, how many days has it been since you've had a bowel movement?
What is it? It's he hasn't had a bowel movement in 6 days?
In 6 days.
Well, that's obviously because
the screenplay for The Power focuses on a child who cannot process a bowel movement, has never processed a bowel movement. And that's how we know they're the Messiah. Because
this is a strict adaptation of the Book of Revelations, in addition to being a multimedia. It's like a multimedia political work of political. I guess what would the word be? Speculative fiction. It's what could be.
It's a bit of sci-fi. It's a bit of thriller. Certainly, it touches on a lot of points.
They keep calling it, so on the Arrow Blu-ray, there are 2 making of documentaries. There is a new one, and there is one from the time when the movie came out. And in the one from the time that the movie came out, it has a ton of interviews with a lot of the cast and crew, while they're on set. Notably not Sean William Scott, which I feel like there has to be a story there.
It's crazy because it's his best performance.
Everyone else, everyone is insisting that it is a comedy. When they talk about the kind of movie they are making, they keep saying this is a comedy.
I think it is in a way. It's it's almost like a.
It's very funny.
It's very
at times it is incredibly funny.
It's like a post Iraq War, post 9/11 take on.
I mean, we are in the throes of the Iraq War.
Sure. But I mean, like, it's like the perspective that it's coming is like that's already happening, and it is analyzing and digesting that effect on us in a way that is to me very reminiscent of like a Doctor Strangelove, where I wonder if this is playing in such hot water for the time, and even now there is stuff in it that is truly fucking scathing. For the world that we live in. I mean, we've only gotten closer to Southland Tales as an actual reality.
Every time someone says we're living in idiocracy, they need to stop themselves, and they should say, actually, I mean a different mid-2000s near future apocalyptic comedy. I mean Southland Tales. We're living in Southland Tales. What is the big new thing? Everyone's asking you for your thumbprint now. Like I'm trying to log into a website, and it's like, why don't you give me your thumbprint? And I'm like, I actually do not want to do that. I actually will not be giving you the details of my thumbprint. Vulture.com. I actually won't be doing that.
Oh, right, the thing the cops do when you're caught. Is now
getting ahead of it. What is Call Her Daddy if not like Krista Now's like beachside porn star podcast? You know what I mean? And this is of course Hogz to Slop, the show that finds the beautiful in the bold. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and scientists are saying the future is going to be a lot more futuristic than originally predicted.
I'm Justin Germeroth. Oh, you go ahead.
Sorry.
Whoa,
No, I stepped
there's
on
a power
I
grab. There's an
Oh.
attempted
Oh, no!
power grab
Oh, no!
happening on the show.
There's a power vacuum, almost like the power vacuum being left in California. Should it go to the Republicans?
Ty, you're looking a lot like Elliot Frost right now.
I mean, I'm Ty, and I think we should rename the podcast for this episode only. I think we should change it from Hogz to Slop from Hogz to Prime Rib, Hogz to Hogz to Veal Shank. Like, it is like it's this to me. Watching this, I was like, "Fuck, this can't be the same podcast where I brought Hellboy 2019." Like, this is we're talking about like an actually like important bit of like this is what should be sent to aliens to describe the 2000s. Like to if you want to know what 2000s America is like, that's what this is. Way better than Idiocracy too. I didn't even think to compare the two because Idiocracy, I hate that movie. That is such an evil movie in my esteem. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like I hate that movie. Where it's just like dumb people should stop having sex with their cousins.
It is a little eugenics-y.
Yeah,
it is a little
I
liked
eugenics-y.
I liked it in high
It is-
school when I didn't know the implications.
I would argue it is almost entirely based on eugenics. The plot of that film is literally like this.
Premisely, it is. Elvis Premisely.
I hate that movie. No, I think the only thing that could have ruined Southland Tales is if like Dax Shepard was playing the Roland Ronald role. Could you imagine Dax Shepard being like, "I have to be a racist cop now," shaking his own hand?
I can actually imagine a world where we slot the main three of Idiocracy, Luke Wilson in the Dwayne Johnson role, Maya Rudolph in the Sarah Michelle Gellar role. It could have happened.
It could have, yeah. Maya Rudolph would have
Justin,
eaten that
who
up.
are you?
And I'm Justin Germeroth, and I'm a pimp. And pimps don't commit suicide.
Come
Yeah!
on! Come on! And pimps don't commit suicide.
It is so funny how that becomes the entire fucking central thesis of the film, and they introduce it 30 minutes from the end, and then say it like
5 minutes, 10 minutes tops from the end.
The emotional core of the story is introduced by the time arguably 85% of the audience has already walked out.
By the time the con audience is already booing, they're on their feet booing. In the same way they gave Clerks 2 an 8-minute standing ovation, they booed Southland Tales. Those
Clerks
filthy
2.
frogs.
Clerks,
Clerks 2, that's a lot of applause for Clerks 2. That's a lot of applause for Clerks
why
2.
I'm not really sweating cans booing this.
No, absolutely not. Lady Bird meme, they didn't understand it.
I also think, like, I've heard now... So my initial understanding of this was that the con cut was some sort of, like, lost initial, like... the original vision has sort of been, like, trampled upon in the theatrical cut. And everything that I've learned since then is that, like, no, it's for the best that... I honestly don't know how the movie exists without the opening future desktop sequence where
the Starship Troopers interstitial.
Very much so.
I have seen the con cut. I watched Southland Tales for the first time in 2024, early 2024, and then a couple months later, syndicated bar and theater here in beautiful Brooklyn announced that they were showing the con cut, and I said, I guess I'm seeing Southland Tales for a second time in as many months. The con cut is honestly, like, it's not that different. There's more Kevin Smith, just like more scenes with that character. There's way more Janine Garofalo, who essentially does not exist in the standard cut of the film.
There's a great one shot of her when Justin Timberlake is
and you're like,
main Timberlake dancing sequence, but the other time when he's got the kind of goggles and he's like,
it's near the end of the movie. It's during apocalypse time, and Janine Garofalo is there, and you're like, why? And she had more going on. Not a ton. It's not like it's the plot holes of this movie. The gaps in logic are not because, like, they cut things out.
Yeah.
This is just the thing. So it started as just like a thriller. It was Richard Kelly wrote kind of like a funny thriller about some neo-Marxists doing a heist, or something like that. And then he just started adding sci-fi shit, is like essentially his own admission, is like the original movie takes place on planet Earth, and then he revises it and revises it and revises it into the film that we have all seen. He still to this day calls it an unfinished film. There are parts of it that were not able to be filmed, or certainly if you watch the end of the movie, you're like, well, those special effects are not all the way cooked. Those are maybe not all the way done. The flying ice cream truck is maybe not as good as, like, the Dark Knight.
That adds to the
it.
Lynchian-ness of it, though.
I think so. Yeah.
I agree. I don't think better special effects would help the movie in any way.
Agreed.
I'm not moved by the glowing hand so much as I am the image of so it's a war veteran who has been split into two, one representing kind of the post-PTSD version, one the mid-PTSD version, shaking hands while also holding a gun at himself, while one has had his eyes shut out in a flying ice cream truck. If your problem with that is the fidelity of the light beams coming off of the hands, I think we've lost something in the mix.
I think it could be the greatest CGI.
I'm just saying that Final Destination background could have looked better.
Yeah, it could. There's lots of things in this movie that could be different or better, but it would not make it Southland Tales. It's why we were talking earlier about the Richard Kelly commentary, and truly there is no one who with all due respect to the man, I think he's brilliant. I think I love this movie. I am not at all interested in his explanation of the film. That is so antithetical to what I find so engrossing, and like this feels like this movie plays like a book from an author who is long dead, in a way that it's like authorial intent is gone. In the world of literature and like fine art, it's like authorial intent does not matter. It is about what fucking word am I trying to use? I'm scrambled. I've been taking too much fluid karma, and I'm seeing into the future.
It feels like we yanked Philip K. Dick out of like a 3-kilometer hole in the desert, injected him full of like every minute of 24-hour news coverage that had happened since 9/11, and told him to write a movie. A sick man pulled out of a portal. It's the scrawlings of a madman in a cave wall. It's like it's what they find in John Doe's apartment in Seven. It's just like it's just the apocalyptic ravings of a lunatic, which is what I love.
Yeah, it's one of the rare instances of truly high budget production backed outsider art.
Truly. Yeah. And even that, it's 17 million, which like no one's ever given me $17 million to make anything, but like that's not a gigantic budget in Hollywood. This is technically an independent film.
It's not even really, the money's not even really on screen because it has like 6 locations essentially.
Yeah, everyone always eats at the same restaurant on the Venice boardwalk. Every eating scene takes place there. It's they had like, for the big apocalyptic riots at the end of the movie, they had like 30 extras or something. They're like really like doubling, tripling, just trying to stretch it every way. They only had one lens, which for anybody who doesn't know how movies are generally made, usually you got 2. More than one. You got at least 2, a long and a short. But they just had the one. And this movie looks very garish. It's very like, it's not a beautiful film to behold in the traditional way. You don't snapshot cinematography, one perfect shot, Southland Tales, right? But
that's why the cinematography is so good.
The ugliness is part of the point. The ugliness is part of the point.
It looks like 2000s pornography.
Yeah, which is apt. The ultimate form of outsider art. Pornography.
I mean, the great Will Menaker of the Chapo Trap House, his Letterboxd review, I think it's like the most liked one on the page, but the first line is so perfect where he says, the price of true prophecy is madness and incoherence. Which is like, it is kind of.
Yes. This is this is Dadaist art. This is using nonsense to make it profundity. This is like, this is the feeling that you get when you open TikTok and you swipe and you're like, children dying in Palestine, swipe again, and it's like an influencer girl trying on like the new Shein product, and then you swipe again, and it's like Trump doing something, you just, and you're like, this is, how is a human mind supposed to handle this? How, this is, they filmed this movie, 3 years into the U.S. invasion of Iraq, Patriot Act, Freedom Fries, and it obviously has like affected everyone's brain, and Richard Kelly is just the only guy brave enough to not do to not suck off the troops.
Yeah,
He's
and
brave.
even then, his take on it is like, he was like talking about, so I didn't listen to the full director's commentary, but there's a great truncated version of it where he kind of hits on a lot of major points throughout on YouTube, and he says at the end, he goes like, and pimps don't commit suicide. People have asked me what that means, and like, pimps, obviously I mean veterans. And I was like, is that obvious, Richard?
Huh.
Is that
obvious, Richard?
Then why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that?
He's a pimp.
Because it's so fucking funny to say pimps. I'm a pimp and pimps don't commit
and again,
suicide.
it works well in the context of like the prevalence of sex workers and pornography within the story, but then what is the context of that?
Well, this almost like that in a weird way, like it's pimp both in the sex worker term, but also in the like 2000s, like I'm a pimp, like. But
I'm pimping. I'm big.
There's something very interesting about the kind of dichotomy between like, war did become a sort of pornography for America after 9/11. This notion that like and I do think the one element of Southland Tales that it got off in terms of like where we're at now, it's the one thing I think it didn't get right about today's times, is that it goes more for the mid-2000s hypersexuality rather than the kind of overstimulating nature of doom scrolling and everything we get now has manifested in prudishness, in like a culture that is afraid to talk about sex. Is the only thing. Everything else...
We're cutting sex scenes out of contemporary romantic comedies, you know?
Well, when you can only have sex one night a year...
A year?
In
What you should do is you should abstain for 365 days to make sure you really love each other. Because sex is between a man and a woman who love each other.
It's the cleanest premise in the world. It's the cleanest premise we've seen since the Anaconda sequel remake. That's about Jack Black and Paul Rudd recreatingAnaconda. Like, I haven't seen
their
premise
favorite
that
movie
clean.
from when they grew up, which came out in the year 2000, and Paul Rudd and Jack Black, who were merely 30 years old in the year 2000. They grew up loving that movie. One Night Only could exist in Southland Tales. That could be a subplot in this movie, and you would not question it for a second.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have to see that trailer anymore where they make that fucking pizza for the first, like, minute and a half.
What's your favorite part about sex?
Sex. Actually, my favorite part is the after. I know you think I'm a guy. I know I'm a guy, so you think I'm going to say jizzing shit, just like jizzing everywhere is my favorite. I love coming. Oh, I love to come. But actually, I like to have sex for the afterwards.
And then she's like, before. And I'm sitting there in the audience, and I'm like, bravely, my favorite part is the middle.
I like the
Damn, y'all, like, bravely, I like when we're doing it. You know what I mean? I'll say it. I'll be brave.
What's my favorite part of doing it? Doing it.
Doing it, I think. And by it, I think you know what I mean.
My favorite part of sex is actually when John Lovitz asks me if we want to fuck or watch a movie.
Yeah, I like that he gives her a choice.
If John Lovitz asked that to me, I'd melt.
You would have sex with John Lovitz? Would you have sex with Silver Fox racist John Lovitz? Because he's terrifying in this movie. He's really fucking scary.
I was really pleasantly surprised by how good he is in this as this like menace, as this like kind of the scariest figure in the whole movie.
Yeah,
like the last person that like one would think of to be like, oh, I need like a hard-edge, racist, no-nonsense cop to come into this movie and kill Amy Poehler and Wood Harris for real.
Oh,
I just would not land on John Lovitz. I just wouldn't have gotten there.
The double
very quickly,
squib,
at least.
The double squib moment is so
funny.
fucking good.
Really
also, the
good.
fact that they're doing shitty improv. They're kind of like liberal comedian types who are doing
one
shitty
of the
improv.
UCB4, Amy Poehler. Yeah. Well, the neo-Marxists in this movie seem to be a comedy troupe, or at least they are all like performers. Like Sherry O'Terry is a comedian. Amy Poehler says just because it's loud doesn't mean that it's funny. By the way, like Sherry O'Terry is
I love that this movie introduces every character by name, either through dialogue or narration.
Or Justin Timberlake whispers it to us.
Yeah.
Oh man, I get fucking chills.
And by the way, here's Barbara McMichaels.
I get chills
Cindy Pinzicki
all over my body when he says, "My name's Pilot Abilene, and I'm a veteran of the war in Iraq." Or does he say Afghanistan? I can't remember. Yeah, it's it's such a fucking good moment.
And him on like this gigantic sniper's nest, like overlooking the like surveying the whole movie, and you're like, okay, well this guy's non-literal, obviously. But no, he's real. He's in the movie. he's a character. He has a dialogue scene about an hour and a half into the movie, and then he has a musical scene, and then
and the gall is that the whole movie is actually kind of about him going through something that was not covered in the film, but was instead covered in 3. So we should talk about the multimedia aspect of it, I think, before we lay out the plot.
Richard Kelly, a brave innovator, said, "My movie will essentially begin with the words Chapter 4, implying that I believe the audience has read Southland Tales: the prequel saga, which encompasses parts 1, 2, and 3 of this story that TV's Kevin Lanigan has now read. I have also seen the in-universe animated short film, This Is the Way the World Ends, which is essentially about how the Squidbillies will be the sequel to humanity. It's a Newgrounds-style animation short film done by Richard Kelly's cousin about talking octopuses, talking about how humanity wiped itself out.
That's awesome.
And now the octopuses rule the world.
That's great.
Roland Taverner shot a grenade, and it injured Hollywood celebrity pilot Abilene, but did not kill him.
Okay.
And for this, Roland Taverner cannot forgive himself.
Right. And that's
so it didn't even kill it? This sounds more
It didn't kill him.
He didn't even kill
Because he's
him?
alive. He's in the movie.
he's in the movie. He's got a fucked up face.
Yeah, he's got a fucked up face. He's got soul, but he's not a soldier.
No.
Oh my god. Fucking.
Did you know they didn't have the rights to the song when they did that scene? Richard Kelly
That's awesome.
on his 28-day shoot said, "We're going to spend half a day getting 3 Steadicam shots of a musical sequence to the most popular song on planet Earth that we do not contemporarily have the rights to, and we must convince the Las Vegas band The Killers to give us the rights to this song by force if necessary."
And it's the fucking scene of 2007. Is that scene right there? That is like one of the best. I cannot tell you how much I love. I'm far from the only person who loves that about this movie, but that is just, you talk about just the evocative nature of Southland Tales. Him pouring beer on himself and then just slowly starting to like lose his shit behind his eyes. The single most, I think it's Justin Timberlake's best performance by a long shot.
I'm gonna go Social Network, but it's up there. It's better than Shrek 3.
Well,
I'll say that.
That's a low bar to clear, but I guess I mean I thought
remember how good he is in The Social Network. I mean, let's not. It's The Rock's second or first best performance for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely say this is Dwayne Johnson's best performance.
I have one case against it, and it is my next pick on the show, Hogz to Slop.
Okay,
but we will.
I mean,
we'll get to that.
I do love that movie.
I can guess what that is.
And it's my next pick. Don't take it first. It's Dwayne Johnson's best performance.
So I guess Kevin, can you let's get 60 seconds on the clock,
Beep, beep.
and can you explain to me the plot of Southland Tales?
Okay. This is not going to happen in 60 seconds.
No,
I'm throwing that kayfabe right out the window.
I will pull up a timer. And I will cut you off if you go over. And we will not elaborate further.
Fuck. Okay.
All right. 1 minute.
Count me down.
Oh, that looks awful.
Yeah, I can't see that.
You look like Roland
Taverner's
Taverner's hand. You just held up Roland Taverner's hand to the camera.
Oh my god. All right, fuck it. I'm just going to hit the timer. And it's going to go in 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
So, the Trier Corporation has invented something called fluid karma, which is essentially a perpetual clean fuel energy. Because of this, it has slowed down the world's gravitational pull, which opens up a dimensional rift in the desert. After shooting monkeys through, they elect to send through veteran Roland Taverner and Hollywood superstar / married to a senator's daughter, Boxer Santeros, into the portal. Out comes different future versions of
30
them.
seconds.
At the same time, Trier has gotten a prophecy from porn star and media mogul Kristen Now about the end of the world and exactly how that will happen. Everything convalesces on the Mega Zeppelin run by Fluid Karma energy, where Roland Taverner comes to terms with his own trauma, and the Zeppelin is blown up, and the new Messiah is elected, Roland Taverner.
With a second to spare.
I've done my best. That's what you need to know. I didn't include the word neo-Marxist in there anywhere.
Yeah.
I understand the limitations of the 60-second summary. I was talking about the story, not the plot, you know?
Essentially, Arnold Schwarzenegger as a person, like not the actor, but the person Arnold Schwarzenegger gets amnesia and meets up with, like, the dude from American Sniper, and they
Kyle.
go
Yeah.
Chris Kyle, and they go through sort of a fable-esque dreamscape odyssey of racist cops and pornography. There's a point where two SUVs have sex. That's awesome.
That's just a commercial, you know.
It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
commercial, but that is the moment I remember the first time I watched it where I was like, I don't know if I'm into this, and then that happened, and I was like, I don't think I can dislike a movie that
Never
has,
mind, you
that
said.
has tailpipe.
Obviously, I love when the two cars have sex.
It's great.
And then Wallace Shawn walks out and is like, eh?
Yeah, Wallace Shawn is dressed like a minor Coruscant senator.
You like the cars having sex, huh? Huh? I bet you liked that. You know, like, I don't have a
movie
great
is-
Wallace Shawn.
This movie's so good, guys. This movie's so
It's
good.
really something. It's really, really something.
Masterpiece, no
God.
notes.
If let me suck your dick or I'm gonna kill my. That was so. What initially convinced me to watch this movie? I'd known about it for a while. Because in high school, I was reading an article on Cracked.com where they talked about good scenes in bad movies, and they highlighted the killer's sequence in this movie. And then for some reason, just the word Southland Tales hung out in the back of my brain, but I was like, well, obviously that's a bad movie. Cracked.com said it was a bad movie. And then Emma Tolkien, daughter of screenwriter Michael Tolkien, was just posting clips from this movie on Twitter one day. And it was like The Rock drinking Bud Light directly out of the six-pack, which is that's just an underrated part of this movie I've never heard anyone discuss.
Because also, he's not
really amazing.
I don't know where he's at. At no point do I know what's going on in his head at any point in the movie. And
Sure don't.
when he's drinking out of a full six-pack suspended above his head in, like, Oakley sunglasses, that's just, like, The Rock would never do... He'd be like, brother, I can't do the carbs, and, like, slap you on the back, you know? But this was a time where The Rock was just down. The Rock was trusting of...
Thank you so much for segueing into this. The Rock, one of our least interesting contemporary movie stars, was at one point someone who could have been something. I mean, of course, his run in the WWE from the late 90s to the early mid-2000s is like, it's legendary. It really is like one of the great wrestling runs. It will be remembered forever for a long time. He's just the most, like, charismatic, fucking sexy, like, performers who has ever engaged in that sport. And he's kind of a great, idea for a movie star. And of course, before this, he did, he was the Scorpion King, we all remember. He was Walking Tall, a WWE production. He was in The Rundown with Sean William Scott. And then right around this point, he's like, I'm going to try some interesting shit. He's in Be Cool, the sequel to Get Shorty, that no one likes except every single person that watches that movie comes away and says The Rock is amazing in it.
He's playing a gay man in that film as well, which feels like something he would be like, I don't want to alienate the Rust Belt, pal. Like,
No way.
he's
And then he stars in this movie from, like, an interesting indie director like Donnie Darko, like he signs on to this crazy movie. And then this movie explodes on impact, explodes on the landing pad, just does not take off, and he runs immediately to children's films. He's like, The Game Plan, The Tooth Fairy, This Is Where I Live Now, Journey to the Center of the Earth. This is where I live now.
Whereas now
he went Journey to the Mysterious Island. Brendan Fraser went to the center of the earth. He went to the Mysterious Island.
Now he just makes
different
he just
Jules
makes
Verne's.
kids films for adults is basically his
Yeah,
thing.
he just makes some of the most boring, least interesting. It's so sad because, like, he had this second moment where it was almost interesting again, where, like, he does Fast Five. Which, like, he's incredible in, when Hogz has, like, this really hard edge to him.
Yeah, he's an actual asshole in those movies.
He's a
to start
character
out.
instead of just the Dwayne Johnson archetype that he plays in every movie. And then he, of course, does Pain and Gain a few years after that, his greatest performance ever. He's so fucking tremendous and funny in that movie. And
I think
he just got scared.
He did get scared. I think, though, he knows the jig is kind of up, because I do think the Smashing Machine, I think he's amazing in, and is a real, like, if he wants to hitch his cart to Benny Safdie, I'm like, hey, listen, I will gladly have you back if you're down to, like, keep doing interesting movies. I think the problem is Smashing Machine shot after live action Moana and came out before, and so the live action Moana of it all is brutal. I mean, I saw it in theaters, and
why?
So you don't think you're ever gonna die? You think you have infinite time on this earth, only lovers left alive. Your time on this mortal plane means nothing to you, is what I'm learning.
I think, here's the thing.
You are trying to be reincarnated as a lotus flower. That's what you're banking on.
The live action Moana, I will say, has a lot going for it and a lot going on. Actually, no, hear me out.
This is who's on my team.
I'm hearing you out. No. I'm never gonna see it. You're gonna tell me all I'm ever gonna know about this.
All of the stuff on the island with the cultural stuff and like Moana's village all plays pretty well. The person who plays, I forget who, I think it's Rita Ora or someone, plays the grandmother. She's wonderful. She's really good. I don't think it's Rita Ora. I think I'm mixing her up with another New Zealand-ish person. But anyway, the problem is, legitimately, the second Dwayne Johnson enters the film, and it starts to feel like a Make-A-Wish style, just doing this for Dwayne sort of thing, and it starts to feel really vain and insecure in that way that I think he taps into in The Smashing Machine. I have to imagine on set for live action Moana is probably the snapping point where he went like, oh geez, like I should maybe try and give like a real performance again, because he was very vocal that Smashing Machine was like the marker of, I'm going to start doing this sort of interesting adult work again. And he's excellent in that movie. He is really, really excellent in that movie, I think. And I think he's excellent in this film. Genuinely, I think this is like, it's a shame it was greeted so with such hostility, because like, had he gone down, this feels like something early Dave Bautista would have done, as we now know him, like art house's favorite meathead, Dave Bautista, essentially.
Yeah. The best actor to come out of the wrestling space.
Oh,
kind of
easily.
I think Cena's really good too. He's just a little more image conscious.
Cena is so good when applied in very specific ways. He's so funny, is usually when he excels. Batista can be wildly funny and like a compelling dramatic presence.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think so.
Other guys don't have.
Like, Cena hasn't learned as an actor yet, which I think he knows. He's aware of that. He doesn't know how to like hold gravitas in the same way that like Batista can.
No, but Cena will. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, you're good. But he can play like, again, big, broad, but really targeted and really effective comedy very effectively.
And I think he allows that to be, especially him and James Gunn found such a magic with Peacemaker that he is so broad and comedic and funny and archetypal. But like, that Peacemaker series is so good at exposing kind of how pathetic he is and how like kind of miserable he is, and Cena will let himself play misery. He will let himself play malaise and depression, whereas The Rock has been sort of just like He-Man, essentially. For having never played He-Man, he is almost styled after like it feels like the inspiration board for all of his characters are like good, moral, like that's it. Like, he's like, that's where it starts and where it ends.
Yeah.
Large. You forgot large. He's
large.
So large.
Big.
He's so big.
I'm sorry to talk about people's bodies, but like, watching him in this movie and going like, oh, look how little and cute he is.
He's so svelte, so slender.
He's buff in like a very approachable way, as opposed to Yeah.
this was the last time he was like attractive, right? Like, because he isn't like he's not unattractive.
yeah.
Like later, like I guess he doesn't look bad in any of the like the Jumanji movies or anything like that.
No,
but he's not
I
like
think there are a certain
Jungle
subset
Cruise.
of semi-sexual moms who are like, "Ooh, that Dwayne Johnson."
right. But I almost feel like that's his like boyish charm, like sort of like very like manicured, like humble nature. Whereas, like, this is, like, he's looking fucking good in this movie. That first scene where he comes out and he has every major religious symbol tattooed on his
funny.
body.
He's got a Star of
funny.
David over the navel.
He's got like Maori, he's got like Mesoamerican, he's got the Chinese characters.
He's looking great. He looks
He's looking
really
awesome.
good.
He looks so fucking.
I love
tasty.
Boxer Santeros. I know he's like a Republican or whatever, so he would probably hate me, but maybe not by the end. Maybe he would understand that we're all together. You know, it all ends in a handshake.
I like
it
to
all
think
ends
so.
tonight.
Could be a California Republican.
Sure.
That's a good, like Schwarzenegger doesn't he didn't hate gay people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
He
wants
was-
low taxes.
Yeah.
Although
he
that's
just didn't like
also
taxes.
that is I like the implication this movie makes that it's like post War on Terror. It's like yes, if we were to like 9/11 is where our society is at now. Is post 9/11 you had like splintering off from that. This movie presides that not only did 9/11 happen, but two nuclear bombs were detonated in America.
Yeah.
One in Abilene, Texas, and one on the border. between the
9/11
US and Mexico.
Basically, and 9/11 was a horrible tragedy, but it was not the sort of like you talk about like the sort of like aftermath, the psychological damage of a nuclear bombing, like that, like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and like kind of that. It's positing like what would psychologically happen to America if foreign nuclear bombs went off in our country. And I think like the idea that it's like it's such a clean premise. It's such a clean premise, first of all.
It's
This
so
movie in
clean,
general,
squeaky.
it makes perfect sense.
Squeaky clean.
But the fact that it's like, yeah, and like the best way to convey that is that California is actually becoming like a swing state, is how far off we are from the actual world. That like California is at risk of not just electing a senator or a governor or something, or a mayor that is Republican. Like they might actually sway the electoral college of the next presidential election, which is such a clean way of being like, right, it might seem like we are seeing the world reflected to us, but it's a weird, like, bizarro version of the world we live in. Because the idea of California going red in a presidential election sounds legitimately like incoherent and insane now, talking about like that's just not the world we live in. But what would push that world? And it would have to be something like nuclear catastrophe in American borders. Like I think that's so much of this movie is so smart. It's such a smart way to do it. And I guess you both agree with me emphatically because
No, I agree. I'm pondering Southland Tales. I'm pondering Fortunio Balducci, played by Will Sasso. I'm pondering Cindy Pinzicki, played by Nora Dunn.
I love Cindy Pinzicki.
I'm pondering. This is the 2000s movie. And what I do not mean that to say that it is the best movie that came out in a year that starts with 200.
I mean, you might be right, but
and I might be right.
If
If I were to say that, I might be right. But in this case, I mean it to say that like this is, I think, one of the definitive artistic statements of the 2000s. I think it is this is one of the most like, this is a movie you could only make after 6 years of Bush W and 2 years before Obama gets elected. Lest it be left out of the lore of this movie that Hillary Clinton is losing the election in 2008 in this movie. It's barely glimpsed at, but you can see that Hillary is losing. They know what they were not with her. This movie exists in that Homeland Security state, the security theater state, and it stars a contemporarily popular WWE wrestler, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Stifler, Mandy fucking Moore, you know, like the only time where Mandy Moore was someone that we were talking about, no offense, Mandy, like, it's just, all of this is like, it's so of the moment in its snapshot of what is celebrity and what are politics as glimpsed through a madman's camera lens, as glimpsed through the shattered lens of Richard Kelly, the twisted mind.
As much as it is, however,
it ruined everyone's career. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, it is a snapshot, absolutely. But there's this almost very fitting kind of Kurt Vonnegut unstuck in time nature of it, where I'm watching the intro, which is, for those of you who haven't seen this movie, first of all, I would maybe get tested for some sort of schizophrenia that you've gotten 50 minutes into a podcast of us talking about it and you haven't seen it. But I also, like, if you haven't seen this movie, it opens with a future computer desktop sort of like doom scrolling the past few years. World War III gets announced. They outline all of fluid karma and everything like that. And in that montage, they dedicate several minutes of screen time to the Strait of Hormuz blocking things off. And I was like,
that happens.
I was like, that's crazy. I couldn't believe.
Who told him?
But this idea also, I love that it's like, yeah, so the Strait of Hormuz gets blocked, and like in this sort of frenzied state, America actually finally invests in alternative fuels. And like, why? Because a tech oligarch can sort of sexually swindle his way into through both affluence and charm, and like sort of this like alien charisma can swindle his way to the top of like racketeering in government, so that alternative fuel it's not that they're thinking alternative fuel will do away with oil, it's that alternative fuel is going to become the new oil. And honestly, oil is not just going to be oil, it's going to become our new drug. Like, we will we're going
it's
to...
It's Dune! Fuel is a drug! It's Dune!
It is Dune. It's also a very, very fun flourish that Wallace Shawn's character is named for Karl Marx's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
This movie does not... I kind of, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, is this positing that, like, the left and the right have gone too far in a way? And I don't think it passes any left or right judgment in a weird way. It's just very realistically talking about how, like, imperialism and private ownership will lead to this kind of no matter what.
Because the Wallace Shawn figure is also kind of a George Soros figure. He is funding the neo-Marxists.
Right. Like, that's the thing. The worst you could... Like, the harshest critique this movie has about the left is that it's just impotent and...
It's leftist infighting. The left will eat itself.
It's eating itself and or unaware of larger forces manipulating it. Which, again, tale as old as time.
Yeah. Eli Roth dies on a toilet in this movie. The mid-2000s. We're alive and well.
And honestly, thank God in the world of Southland Tales, like, the world might have ended, but the ice cream man never needed to come out. You know what I mean?
Eli Roth died for real when they made this movie. He died. Don't look that up. Don't look that up.
He actually got cannibalized by the IDF like he wished on Greta Thunberg.
The Bear Jew was played by Adam Sandler, as was the original plan.
That would have been so good.
Yeah. Don't look it up.
That would have been great.
Yeah, no. If you want an Ice Cream Man horror movie, look up the movie Clint Howard's trying to make. He's trying to like make a sequel to his Killer Ice Cream Man movie.
I mean, I've heard that movie's filled to the brim with not only like graphic sequences of like focused on children in a really weird, perverted way of them like eating ice cream in suggestive manners. Like, I read that and I was like, well, that's diabolical. That's like, I knew Eli Roth is like a creep and a weirdo, but like I didn't think he was that bad. And to like the little shit cherry on top of the shit sundae, to use a pun, is apparently there's like major sequences with generative AI in the film. So like I just I could not even imagine. It might be the first Eli Roth movie I don't watch out of some perverse, like, I've seen The Green Inferno. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking watching The Green Inferno, but I was like, yeah, what? Sure, maybe this will get a rise out of me, and it didn't. He's a shallow provocateur. I'm glad he got shot on the toilet in the neo-Marxist
compound, where they also have like a meth lab. They're also like growing weed in there. Like, very interesting what's going on in the Marxist compound. I just want to talk for a moment. Of course, this movie features Wood Harris, one of our great, that guy actors. I'm always happy to see Wood Harris. And in this movie, he's in a romantic relationship with a leftist played by Amy Poehler. And in One Battle After Another, he is in a relationship with a leftist played by Alana Haim. And these are just relationships that I just want to know a lot more about. I want the prequel comic should have been, what's going on here? I'll read Vineland if they tell me what's going on there.
Right.
I want to know.
I want to know more about them.
I want to know what is their day to day.
Justin, I feel like we've been raving about this for about an hour now. I want to hear.
You really like this movie.
I want to hear what this was your first time watching, right?
Yes, and I actually explicitly tried the time method of preparing for this show, where I try to watch it right before. For the first time. So right I finished watching it about 20 minutes before recording.
Oh my god! You're burying the lead.
You're just like, Blur is playing and you're booting up the podcast.
Oh, that song at the end is so good.
The song hey, you know what's a good band? Blur.
You know what's a good band? The Killers.
Sure.
Both. That's also true.
Good band.
Justin.
Yeah?
Your hot take an hour into the episode.
My hot take about this... No. It's I think this is just going to be kind of like the Superman episode, where you two come out hot, adoring this, and I came out of this genuinely kind of underwhelmed.
Wow.
Interesting.
Because here's the thing... Like I said at the beginning of the episode, I wanted to like this. This is the kind of movie and like story that I love. I love Thomas Pynchon. Love Inherent Vice. I love like Ishmael Reed's Mumbo Jumbo. I love Illuminatus. I love these. I love absurdist conspiracy thrillers, or just big, weird, huge, scoped looks at a society going crazy, and the like threads pulling it along and driving it to this madness. Right now, I'm reading this book called Ancient Light by David Grubb, the guy who wrote The Night of the Hunter, and it was published after his death. And it's about the Messiah appearing in the near future. And it's in Appalachia. It's bonkers. It opens up with with a woman eating her girlfriend out. And,
nice.
Yeah. And
okay.
it's just talking back and forth between eating her out and then describing what they had for lunch.
Cool.
It's
you like a good degree of absurdism. You like
I do. I love movies and and books and stories like that. This just didn't come together for me. It wasn't I think it has great performances. I think I like a lot of its ideas and its absurdities. But it felt very much the whole is lesser than the sum of its parts, which is unfortunate because I feel like this movie works more as establishing and maintaining an atmosphere and a feel than necessarily telling a straightforward, coherent story. I know Richard Kelly would probably say otherwise, but it just didn't really come together. I had to go back and like when I say I finished it 20 minutes ago, I started watching this at 3 p.m. 20 minutes before recording. I started watching this at 3 p.m. and it was the Cannes cut on Tubi.
Oh.
And I have to say,
it's not the can cut on Tubi.
No,
if you
they
watch it
called
on
it the
Tubi.
can
No, that's
cut.
the theatrical.
it was like a 2-hour, 40-minute cut.
Yeah. If it started with the desktop stuff, that's all theatrical.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the intro, the can cut, from my understanding, does not have any of the desktop.
Footage. then Roku sold me a false bill of goods for.
It would.
Roku,
which now has like the dedicated AI streaming channel sold to us.
Roku is actually
Still,
owned by Baron von Westphalen.
It
so.
is. I mean,
No!
it is owned by like Fox. It is owned by Fox. So that just makes
I didn't
sense.
know that.
Yeah. But
We live in hell. We live in Southland Tales.
live in
It's
hell.
amazing.
it was especially difficult having to rewind and like watch and like try to rewatch stuff because I would like blink. Because no offense, a lot of the parts of this movie are kind of long, or like, slow down and don't really go anywhere. And then something important happens, and then I'd blink and I'd miss it, and I would like, wait, did something important happen and I missed it? So I would go back to watch it, and then I would have to rewatch the same 6 ads because it would inevitably happen over an ad break. Stretching this experience.
Oh, can I tell you about ads
even
during Southland
further.
Tales? I'm so sorry. The first time I watched this movie was on Pluto.tv.
Oh Lord.
And fully Pluto skipped about 20 of the last 40 minutes. Just jumped ahead 20 of the last 4, like much of the
What?
Zeppelin shit I
How
had
could
to
you-
like go back and
That's-
watch, and I was like,
that's
I know this
infuriating.
movie's confusing, but there must be something that I didn't see.
Well,
And Pluto just skipped it.
watching it on Tubi, I had the thing where it's like anytime I paused for like half a second to check something, suddenly
it
a
just puts an ad
brightly
up.
saturated ad for like Caesar chicken dippers would come up, and I was like, "This is just fucking Southland Tales." Like
Very
has,
Southland Tales.
It's Southland Tales has goddamn come out the screen and into the way I'm watching it. It feels like Southland Tales. I have been obsessed with this film since rewatching it. Like, I knew I liked it a lot the first time, but I was kind of confused. I've like been fucking breathing this thing. I've been listening to the soundtrack over and over again. Moby's score, incredible. Incredible, the work young one
the
Moby
score
does.
that plays during like the dance sequence at the
Oh
end.
my god.
I was like, what an amazing piece of music by young Moby.
Unbelievable.
He wasn't that young.
that final dance makes me so weirdly emotional, and I have no idea why. It's just kind of what. Yep, Kevin's doing some of the Michelle Gellar moves now.
This movie ruined everyone's career. You haven't seen Michelle Gellar in a movie since this movie.
She's actually in the RuPaul Train movie where the recurring joke is that she keeps assuming people recognize her and no one does.
Okay, that's funny. How is the movie? I didn't have a chance to see it in theaters. Funny?
It's fine. It's fine.
Worth a streaming, not a rental?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a good. I'd say it's a great white wine movie. Like just get some
Okay.
like,
Having a
Winking
white wine
Owl
with summer?
or like Barefoot. Or Barefoot.
Oh,
not,
sure.
Like, the kind of wine that only comes in jug or bigger.
All
The
right,
kind that they're
wine.
like, you're only supposed to cook with this.
Yes,
You're not supposed.
exactly.
Yeah. You should
Oh
be
yeah, we're
drinking-
drinking the cooking sherry tonight, girls.
Guys, cease to resist giving my goodbye. Drive my car into the ocean. You think I'm dead, but I sail away on a wave of mutilation. By the way, wave mutilation, not even just a needle drop in this movie. It's a goddamn chapter header that they needle drop it and then cut to a chapter entitled. It cuts to the second chapter you see, which is chapter 5, Wave of Mutilation.
God bless.
God bless
God bless you, Dickie Kelly. God bless. What were you doing? I mean, just blank check madness.
I do
from
think,
the man.
I know some people. I won't call out any other podcasts. Cough cough Sardonicast. Who think that it's stupid to make a fucking to be like, yeah, just put it in the movie. If you're gonna make a whole intro 3 graphic novels, just put that in the movie. Why wouldn't you put that information in the movie? Because now I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, buddy, you problem. I watched this and even though I did not fully grasp everything that's going on, I make no qualms with the fact that, yes, it is fundamentally incomplete, the story that you're watching, because, you don't have vital background information to actually make sense of it. And I'm knocking shit over. I'm upset.
I would like to make one thing incredibly clear, as someone who has read Southland Tales: the prequel saga. Doesn't clear a lot up.
Yeah,
gives you a
that's
couple pieces of information that you might have scratched your head about. Doesn't really, doesn't make you go, yes, I perfectly understand this.
It's not like it wouldn't have helped.
I think if your argument is that, oh, you should have put it in the movie rather than have it be this how full of yourself can you get? I think you just fundamentally want this to be a different movie, and that's fine, but you're not critiquing the film then. You're just critiquing what the film isn't.
When David Lynch puts shit in his movies that doesn't make any sense and has people talk like fucking space aliens, we go, that's the most brilliant guy who's ever existed. When Richard Kelly does it, we kill him.
For this, he is pilloried. For this,
genius is subjective. We think artists are geniuses because we think they are. There's a certain degree to which you can judge a mastery of craft or something like that, but true, artistic genius is fully and completely subjective. And we think David Lynch is brilliant because we believe him to be. And we think Richard Kelly a clown because we believe him to be. And so much of what feeds into this is we have these narratives. Oh, this movie's unfinished. We go in hearing this movie's a stupid fucking mess. And that perpetuates this idea that it is better or worse than something else. Anytime we hear a movie has a troubled production, people get out their little knives and are like, ooh, I'm ready to tear this thing apart.
What were they thinking? What were they thinking?
What were these designers thinking? This movie is poopy diarrhea ass from a butt.
Richard Kelly is I can't even AVGN properly. I like this movie too much. I can't. Ben Shapiro would have a goddamn stroke if he watched this film. He'd be like,
I would love, you know what, Ben and me crack open a couple Heineken. We'll watch Southland Tales. Ben Shapiro, I'm willing to meet you in the marketplace of ideas. You and me on neutral ground, we'll rent a hotel room or something, 2 beds, and we'll watch Southland Tales.
Oh wait, guys,
and we'll sit quietly. And then we'll discuss.
We haven't talked about Run, Hide, Fight Infidels yet. They just dropped the trailer. Did anyone see?
You're right. We haven't talked about it.
Lord.
Run, Hide, Fight Infidels.
We'll watch. We'll talk about it. Let's do a live watch along at the end of this episode. We'll watch the Run, Hide, Fight Infidels trailer.
Of the trailer. Okay.
Yeah, not the full film. That we're saving for a slop along.
Yeah, obviously.
Justin, I feel like I cut you off 20 minutes ago.
No,
do you want
to? Again, I just saw it, and that's the thing is, unlike everyone going into this, oh, it's a disaster. I went into this thing oh, this is going to be I don't know, this is going to be cool and provocative and crazy. And it felt less capital C crazy and more lowercase c crazy.
I can see
more.
that.
Kind of.
Turn it up, you say.
Yeah. I would have, okay, if we're going to do this, either, ratchet it up, or, I either get messier or get cleaner.
Yeah.
Either
I can
fill
see that.
the gaps or throw more at the wall. This kind of felt like in this sort of, for me, kind of an this felt like the middle stage Pokemon.
Okay, you say this film's a Charmeleon.
Yes, this is a Charmeleon. This is an Ivysaur. This is a Wartortle.
It's like Baby J, the John Mulaney special, where you're kind of like, I don't think you're as... I don't think you're being... There's a Letterboxd review I really liked where it's like, this guy's funny, but I don't think he's nearly as crazy as he thinks he is for saying some of this. Like, you know, like, it's a little like... The provocation for you, I guess, felt a little like empty, maybe, or guess, it wasn't quite.
And I think it's also just the cultural space we're in. I found it more. I want to say I found it more interesting than good, but I didn't even find what it found interesting that interesting. Its comments about like surveillance. Again, for its time, very apt, very recognizable, but not in a way that said anything new. Yes, surveillance bad. Surveillance by Republican government run by like a private bad. Again, there were parts of it that I found interesting, like the lefties severing thumbs to bypass like bionic sensors and commit voter fraud. That's interesting. That's different. That's like that. See, that's capital C crazy.
Digits for democracy.
Digits for democracy. Again, doing Pokemon self-mutilation to Pokemon go to the polls. Hell yeah. Like that's for Hovian shit.
I would say that is there something to like the I think the most interesting thing this gets at is the conflation of Americanism and like American nationalism and straight up like fundamentalist Christianity. That like
no offense, we've been talking about that for the decades by this point.
Sure, but this idea that it's like, okay, who is American Jesus then? American Jesus is either you know a war-torn vet with amnesia who committed friendly fire, or a Republican movie star who is now, like, being manipulated by the neo-Marxists. I think there's something interesting about...
Not even the neo-Marxists, just this, like, corporate enterprise. Like, really, it's it's the shadow right and the shadow left coming together.
Almost
like,
shaking hands.
To shake hands.
So you say. Shake hands,
but
and then the world ends.
If anything, Boxer's the Antichrist. Boxer is the false messiah. Engineered and put into place.
Sure. I guess so. In a way, though, but I mean, it also is, I think there's something to the idea that it's like, right, if the right and the left shake hands and actually finally come together, the end of the world happens. It's almost like the end of our understanding of American liberal democracy falls apart if it's actually coincide if like the right and the left actually were to shake hands, it would be the end of what we think of as the world.
Yes, but again, because we've been worrying about that since arguably the 30s.
We forgot.
But this is the only film that says no one rocks the cock quite like.
Quite like Krista Now. No one rocks the cock like Krista Now, Justin. You forget these important tenets.
Yes.
Teen horniness is not a crime.
Teen horniness is not a crime. And again, there's parts and flourishes I liked and thought were funny. Like teen horniness being not a crime, being this like social cause that Christy Now is trying to like advocate against. She like when she meets the senator, she's like, so like you're familiar with my album, so you know that teen horniness is in fact not a crime. I think that shit's good. I thought just kind of the ending scene of basically a veteran forgiving himself at gunpoint. Super compelling. Like, I thought that shit was great. If anything, I feel like a lot of the stuff I liked kind of got buried under a lot of intrigue I did not find very intriguing.
Sure.
Like, I almost feel
what didn't intrigue you?
Honestly, all the stuff with Boxer. like I didn't really care for Boxer's story until the Zeppelin, when he starts saying like psychobabble bullshit. You know, say like, but that'll break like the time stream continuum, bitch. Like,
I do think
so
if
he's on
full
one
on the
on
mouth.
the Zeppelin.
if
He's
I have
on one.
if I have one critique of this film script that I do think rubs me the wrong way is
there is only one. There is only
it's the
one
only
that can
critique
be
I have.
made.
I do think there is some. So it's a bit there. It dips into a misogyny at times
yes,
that I
which is
didn't
of its,
care
of
for.
its time, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think it gets away with couching it as critiquing the industry of misogyny and less misogyny. But there are moments like the fourth, because it'll cause a rift in the fourth dimension. You stupid bitch, and then he kisses her.
Line.
That's a really funny line, but the movie revels in calling women bitch a lot. However, it also revels in calling cops like a cockfucker, too, is
Yes,
something that's in
which
this
was
movie.
funny.
Which is great.
And-
Cockfucker.
Also, the neo-Marxist stuff kind of fell flat for me. It just kind of felt like, but again, like, we've been talking about leftist infighting as basically as long as there's been a left in this country. Like, and,
So you didn't...
and at every point, sure, it can find a fresh way to spin it, yes. Like them doing a shitty improv scene to set up the cop, I liked that. But just this, like,
Very
again...
fun.
Impotent
Took me back to
infighting
my
leftists.
UCB days.
We've done it before. We've talked about it before. It's just like I wanted something different. Not something different, but just like, okay, yes and.
Sure. I wonder, is that, though, like, do you think you would feel differently? Do you feel like that's been discussed before when this came out as well?
20
That,
years
like,
ago? Is that in the
or-
conversation in the post 9/11?
In the post 9/11,
era?
not as much. Like, just because, yeah, the left wasn't as present there, not culturally.
there are
be reminded.
There are
Because
moments
it was
in
that
this...
downtime period between, like, yes, free speech zones during, like,
Right.
the primaries, stuff like that. And then you had the rise of, like, Michael Moore and that kind of stuff. But there wasn't, as far as I remember, there was as much of an organized left opposition, really, until, or at least in that iteration, in that generation, until, like, Occupy.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is like a period of time where, like, the Dixie Chicks vocally speaking out against the war in Iraq essentially ended their careers as hard as Southland Tales ended the careers of most of its cast.
Yep.
I hear what you're saying, Justin. It is, I think, like, we did maybe need a reminder.
Oh, absolutely,
Like,
absolutely. This
I-
was its generations stuff. It's just that where I am now, 20 years later.
Truly.
Okay, yeah, like for it, like being its generation of that, great, cool. Watching now as a movie, can't say it was my favorite thing or it was like lefty huge. I've genuinely forgotten most of it. After watching
Some people
it
would call
today.
this movie a slog. Some people don't think this goes down particularly smooth.
Look,
Like it's some say that there are a lot of scenes that don't feel like they're going anywhere, and then that kind of keeps happening over and over again. And then there's one scene where nothing's really
2.5
happening.
hours.
Yeah, and then it happens. There's something really important happens.
listen, I think maybe if I say this, will this clear it up for you? Like, maybe I think I'm going to say this and you're going to think this is a 10-star masterpiece. Green, you dream. Blue, in an hour you feel new. And you can
Yeah,
forget all
so
about Mellow
is-
Yellow and Ancient Orange. Because, hey, I'm giving you blood red.
Right, so is fluid karma
Do you
an
bleed?
energy or an actual material substance?
It is, so, it is a substance.
So it's an energy field.
First of all-
it gets pulled out of the ocean.
Do you know where it was
It's an- and
found? Do you know where it was found? It's covered in the prequel materials.
I did not read. I did not have
remember.
time to
Fluid
read.
karma was found after drilling in Tel Aviv.
Oh.
As
Sure.
if this couldn't get any more relevant.
Timely. It's essentially, think of it like a Wi-Fi signal. Is that like it is out there, and then you essentially have technology that is the ability to draw upon it.
Yes.
So
it's
also
refined into a solid substance.
I
Or
suppose so. Like
it's
the
like
spice melange.
It's a magnetic field that encircles underneath the Earth's crust like a serpent, is how it's described, like how Richard Kelly describes it. And the idea is that it is not
It's the life stream from Final Fantasy VII.
It's not a solid or material thing until it is oxidized by being brought into the air. That like what they're injecting and the like big beam in the sky that comes out is an actual material fuel that is being used, but the currents of the ocean create the material that is amorphous until it reaches like our atmosphere. Is how I've made sense of it, because like they aren't just injecting nothing into their like that's the other thing this movie does not make clear is that fluid karma is a drug as well that was being tested on veterans to see if they could see the future. Is a big part of it, but then sometimes you get a little addicted to the blood red. And then so you start doing the blood red, drinking Budweiser with a bunch of Marilyn Monroe nurses, and you're dancing in a skee ball factory. You know? So good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That sequence
Like I
is
said,
so
there's
fucking
parts
good.
in this I liked. I like honestly my favorite part of the whole thing of this was the surveillance worker just housing like sun chips.
She makes me sad.
Watching
character-
people at
Cheetos.
were they Cheetos? That's fine. But yeah,
they were Cheetos.
just snacking, watching people at the airport toilet all day, and then
God,
she
it's
decides
so
to
brutal.
LARP the screenplay. I loved all of I actually
she's-
really liked that storyline.
she's Dr.
Because it
Muriel.
is sad. It is pathetic. She develops this parasocial relationship with this guy. Through surveillance footage, and decides to live out fan fiction basically with him.
Jericho Kane, JC, Jesus
Yo.
Christ.
Yeah.
This movie's so
And
good.
listen, when I saw Religulous in like middle high school, I thought it was a really impactful experience. You know, I remember getting
Justin,
all up in arms
that
about those young creationists building their wacky
I'm gonna say one thing.
things.
I'm gonna say one thing.
I can't believe you just compared this to Religulous. I am
At the end of this film, Christianity is declared the winner.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's still
the
pro-Christian.
tattoo
It's still
of Jesus
true.
is the one that bleeds. Stigmata. Christianity wins.
Yeah, no, like Christian,
this
like,
to
Christian
Religulous?
theology is
Ding, ding,
proven
ding, ding.
correct.
No, there is one God. It is the Christian
Yeah.
God in the film Southland Tales.
How could you ever
and
compare
his
this to
son,
Religulous?
rather than studying theology and working as like a humble tradesman, instead went to war.
I just don't like Bill Maher. Really, like you got Bill Maher vibes from this?
Bill Maher
no,
does not have
it's-
a bone in his body as creative as this movie.
Not at all. But I would say Bill Maher is absolutely part of the like questioning Christian evangelism tone of the Bush administration. He was one of the big cultural figures of it at that time.
Yeah, but
I'm
Bill
sorry,
Maher,
he was.
He was absolutely.
He's not that way
Bill
now.
Maher-
It's changed significantly. But in the aughts, he was absolutely that type of guy.
No, but he still is that type. He just rests on like all his whole argument is just like about the like religious doctrines and not like I think this is so much more about like what religion, how religion impacts culture, impacts media, impacts our brains. That like it is this snake eating its own tail of like is America becoming too fundamentalist because of religion, or is like media becoming too religious because of fundamentalism? Like that like it's hard to see where this stops and this ends. And I just think that's a much more nuanced point than Bill Maher being like, so, finally, new rule, if you're gonna turn into salt when you look at Lot's wife, maybe don't turn around and look back at your husband. Am I right? Like,
Am I right? Hey, Orpheus, don't look behind you to see if Eurydice's following you. They gave you one rule. New rule, Orpheus doesn't look behind.
And finally, new rule, Jonathan Majors is back. And
we're pushing him out another window. That's right, folks. Jonathan Majors is doing the push me out a second story window challenge.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to remove my balls, I'd just get married. Quote Bill Maher about the trans community.
I mean, he got y'all's asses.
Dun,
Come on.
dun, 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 dun.
He got your fucking asses.
Okay, quick little detour. Me and my girlfriend watched the Mark Twain Prize go to Bill Maher. The ceremony that they did.
Wow,
and
that's love.
Ty just loves running through those sand grains in the hourglass, just throwing them away.
Well, every moment that passes by, a grain of sand falls from the hourglass. That can't be relevant to me. Must be for the other guy.
There's too much sand in the upper half. Let's get it down there.
It's the most cursed hour of media that has essentially ever happened. I'm gonna speed run.
Yeah.
So Justin, real quick, put 60 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna speed run through.
All right.
My favorite moments of the Bill Maher Mark Twain Prize Award.
All right, hold on.
You ready?
Timer up. All right, 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Start.
Only 5 comedians actually show up to give Bill Maher his prize. None of them are big names. One of them is Louis C.K. Louis C.K. spends most of his speech talking about how no one read his book, but Bill Maher did. Every single speaker is like, Bill Maher's actually funny. Stephen A. Smith spends his entire speech saying that he thinks he might run for president. Jerry Seinfeld cucks Bill Maher by filming a thing at his live show, having his audience applaud for Bill, and it ends with it ends with Bill Maher accepting the speech and having a Trump impersonator take the stage, in which Bill Maher has a pre-written argument that he wrote where he gets to win against Trump, that then he has it's basically Bill Maher arguing in the shower with himself and getting to win the argument. And then the dude who sings Living Is Gone, whatever that song, I forget who whoever comes and sings like 2 songs, and it's a nightmare. Ted Sarandos cries in the audience.
Gross.
Are you talking about John Cougar Mellencamp?
John Mellencamp,
yeah,
yes.
life goes on.
He
Long
sings
after the a little ditty about Jack and Diane.
He sings Authority song, where it's like, I fight authority, authority always wins. He sings that song to close out the thing after an entire hour of Bill Maher pretending to speak truth to power, and only gets this
while
from
being
the Trump administration.
Special boy,
exactly. Little Lord Fauntleroy, Bill Maher.
I'm speaking truth to power by punching trans people directly in the face, and I'm the president's special boy.
Finally, new rule. If the president isn't wearing pants, I'm not allowed to be under the table. See, but this is the America that Southland Tales predicted. Is the America where Bill Maher wins the Mark Twain Prize and Louis C.K. starts actively crying that no one read his book during his speech.
That's just embarrassing.
No, it's incredibly embarrassing.
Everyone there has written books or had books ghostwritten that no one read.
Yeah, fuck Louis C.K. Also, speaking of The Rock and Netflix abominations, The Rock said the R word at Kevin Hart's roast.
Yes!
It sucks. It sucks.
It's the long 2000s all over again, baby.
It's 2000s nostalgia, you know? We're nostalgic.
We're bringing back Punch a Redhead Day.
For Southland Tales does not, to my knowledge, no one says the F slur, no one says the R word, no one said, there isn't any of that. There's some misogyny, but I'm willing to overlook it as, I think it's commenting on misogynist culture and not actually engaging in a bit of misogyny. But, I had this thought a little bit ago. There's one moment I'm obsessed with in David Lynch's career. It's probably one of my favorite scenes in any film.
Just one.
There's lots of moments, but the one moment is the Every Little Star singing scene in Mulholland Drive, where Justin Theroux needs to say, "This is the girl," and him and Naomi Watts share this really intense set of reverse close-ups looking at each other from across the room while the song is playing. Do you guys know what scene I'm talking about?
No, it's been a while.
Okay. Well, it's just this scene that, for whatever nothing, quote, happens in the scene. The plot doesn't necessarily progress. There's no even real character revelation or anything like that. But there's just this, like, unspoken, haunting beauty to this scene that I just think is so, like, evocative. And, like, if you watch the YouTube video of that scene, all of the comments are the same thing, where they're like, I don't know why, but this scene just has, like, a stranglehold on me. Like, I find this scene just so arresting. And I think when Sean William Scott looks at Dwayne Johnson right after Burt Bachman has shot, you know, the two neo-Marxists, and Sean William Scott goes like, I'm sorry, and Dwayne Johnson just starts muttering to himself and doing the little finger tapping tick where he's like, and you can't even hear what he's saying, and Sean William Scott goes,
the music like overwhelms it.
Right, and he just turns and books it, and then you see the POV of, like, the fog has rolled over LA, and it's the POV of him running back to his car, and, like, there's this psychedelic, like, ballooning imagery that's being, like, distorting the footage around you, and the UK surf version of Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies is playing, and I can't tell you why that scene is so evocative, but this whole movie just has, like, because Justin, I see what you mean by, like, the intrigue does fall a little flat. There are elements of, like, the conspiracy that just aren't quite as clever as I think they want to be, or they think they're being, but there's this overall just this pitch perfect just mood and atmosphere and, like, energy to this movie that it never loses, especially in the final dance. The track by Moby is just so, like, I don't know what's going on, but the, like, you know, the dance moves mixed with the, like, you know, the kind of somber nature of it with how wacky the whole thing's been. I have a really hard time getting this movie out of my head when I start going down the rabbit hole on it. And I think that there's something beautiful about that. Like,
cool.
That in the way that other people have that with other things, you know, I'm also definitely a mark for things that are, like, deliberately unsubtle. Like, I love the unsubtle dystopia is, like, one of my favorite genres.
That's awesome. You really connected with the movie like that.
I mean, it's no Pianta Village, but what is?
Which map was that?
That was the one. That was the one at nighttime where they're like, doom,
yeah, that's one with all the fire.
Yeah, that one's good.
I
know. I gotta go back and take out the music because fucking Spotify's working with US ident now.
Oh, it's true.
Geez.
We're in the surveillance state.
Because you're still my sunshine. I like that use of the song, though.
Thank you. As a mashup, mashups have traditionally been safe, but no longer. But yeah, I have, like, you know, there's like a dozen that I have to go fix between both shows. Let me check in case there's been more. I haven't really been home much lately.
You know,
Let me
like,
check my Yahoo email account.
Like, send me the episodes I edited that I can fix on my end.
Do you have the original project files?
I think so.
Okay. Well, 1776. Max Landis, Amelia Perez. Those are yours.
All right.
Amelia.
You gotta fix the music on those. I don't know what it was. I don't.
That's okay.
Even if mean tweets come crashing through, Margarito says that I just blew. My career is broken on the ground. I'm Broadway bound, so let the sun come. You guys are just gonna let me do the Kevin Spacey intro to the Tony Awards?
I'm keenly aware of the sand falling from my own hourglass. You know what I'm just staring at the face of my own mortality.
Every grain feels like a boulder tumbling down a mountainside.
Every grain is the lifespan of the universe.
Well, is there anything we didn't touch on in Southland Tales, Kevin? Just being your episode, I feel like I really commandeered it, as I tend to.
I don't
on this
know.
podcast.
I think if anyone cares to, they should go watch the behind the scenes making of from the time where it was made. The more recent one, like, it's just Richard Kelly and, like, the cinematographer are, like, the only people still willing to go on the record about Southland Tales, where Richard Kelly is like, I'm still hoping to get money to finish this one day, you know. The contemporary behind the scenes, like the one from the time, is really, really good because you are watching actors. I love actors. And they're so loyal to the project that they're working on, and they so trust the vision of of their collaborators. And watching, like, Sarah Michelle Gellar, like, stand up for what she's filming, watching, like, Dwayne Johnson, who is just figuring out how to be, like, you know,
a movie star,
the Hollywood politician that he is, like, watching him, like, the interviewer has obviously asked him, like, what is this movie about? And watching him, like, diplomatically answer that question, leap through, like, 8 flaming hoops, it's really impressive. You get, like, John Lovitz going, like, you know, I've never been in a movie before where I didn't know what was going on, but, you know, and that's everyone. Every single person they talk to is like, I read the script. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Except for the guy who plays, Derek Kiefover or whatever that fucking ridiculous name is. The do-rag.
Oh, yeah. It's like Martin
Kiefover.
It's an anagram for Freak Man Virtue.
Who, the guy with the rocket launcher, he just reminds me of, like, so many people that, like, I worked behind the line with at McDonald's in high school. Just, he's like, he is on some mad shit. Like, this is real. He keeps saying, it's really...
Okay, but was he wrong? Was he wrong? Southland Tales is real. We are living in Southland Tales.
I agree. Every day we're living in Richard Kelly's universe. Richard Kelly has promised us that he is releasing a massive sci-fi novel at some point this year, and I keep looking for updates for that periodically, and no further information.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's August. You gotta tell me what's up.
I'll say I really like The Box. I don't know if anyone's seen The Box with Cameron Diaz and James Marsden, but I really like that movie.
I did finally watch Donnie Darko.
Kelly I've seen.
Donnie Darko, I've never. I saw when I was like 13. I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I
like,
think I missed the boat by watching it for the first time at 33. You know, I was just like, I should have seen this.
I felt like I feel like I missed the boat seeing it when I was 13, but I'm downstream of so much Donnie Darko stuff that I was like, this isn't. I've seen things that are ripping this off by this point. You know what I mean?
I'm a Southland Tales gay. You know what I mean?
I love Southland Tales.
I'm a Southland Tales hoe. No, I think we've said everything. I think the film speaks for itself.
It's all there in black and white.
I think it's all there on the screen. Just go to Tubi, fire it up.
It makes
make a big old bucket of popcorn, and just relax. You're not gonna fucking understand it. Just fucking relax. Just watch, you know, the film.
Yeah.
Just vibe on it, and if you vibe on the energy and you think it has stuff going on, dive down the rabbit hole and then it will make sense. But don't worry about it making sense like the first time you watch it, you know?
Yeah, just like at the scene where Fortunio betrays them, a character that's been in one scene in the movie, and Justin Timberlake turns out Fortunio was working for the Baron, and you're like, yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so it is.
I can't believe Fortunio would do me dirty like that.
Fortunio of all people, I don't know.
It's so funny to cast Will Sasso to play a man named Fortunio.
Fortunio Balducci.
He's like, oh, Fortunio Balducci, and it just looks like Will Sasso. Like, it just looks like the prime Mad TV guest, you know, like
he's a cast member, you know, he was a famous Mad TV cast member. You know, there's so many SNL cast members in this movie, you know, Poehler and O'Terry and John Lovitz and Nora Dunn and all these people. And people didn't get that it was supposed to be funny on purpose. I don't know. I mean, listen. I'm not like Ty. I understand 100% why someone will watch this movie and
doesn't
not
make any sense.
Enjoy their time. I get it. I do. But you know,
Kevin, do you like how I hijacked your pick? How I essentially made your pick my pick?
That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kinda big
I think
dog in
it's
you.
beautiful for someone to come out loving someone else's pick more than the picker. I think that's beautiful.
Carry
I
that
think
weight.
I watched it with my passive future guest, my brother Kyle. We watched it together.
That's
and
beautiful. What did Kyle think?
When it ended, I was like, "Oh, I think I loved I think that might be like one of my favorite movies. I loved that." And Kyle looked at me and I love him so much. This was not like he was trying to other me or anything, but he looked at me in this way where he was like, I can't comprehend that take. I can't accept that you actually feel this way, in a way. And since then he's like, I need to see it again. I'd love to see it in a theater. I don't think I gave it the fairest shake, but it is something where since then I have kind of been like, am I just Queen Contrarian? I just love watching the broken object and being like, actually, this is perfect. And Kevin, when I rewatched this for this podcast, just instantly, 10 minutes in, I was like, no, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. By the time it ended, I was like, I would put this on my Sight and Sound list. It came this close.
It makes the 10.
It came this close to cracking my Letterboxd top 4.
Wowzers.
Which nothing has since Vanilla Sky was the most recent addition to my top 4. A movie right after I got dumped, I watched Vanilla Sky 8 times in a week.
That's quite a few.
And it was too many times. One time I was home for my brother's wedding, and my mom came downstairs, and I was watching Vanilla Sky at 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. And I was just sitting on the couch, and my mom sat down and just kind of sat next to me and was like, what's going on that you need to watch Vanilla Sky right now? Are you okay? I saw you in another life when we are both cats.
Okay, and that's from Vanilla Sky.
Tech support! Just wait till I pick...
okay.
Oh, I should pick Vanilla Sky for this show. Holy
It's
fuck.
a candidate.
It's
certainly a candidate.
That's one of my favorite. That's a Sight and Sound for me. This is on my Sight and Sound list. Absolutely.
Sight and Sound. What do you have the other 8 off the top of your head? We know Vanilla Sky and
off the
Southland
dome.
Tales. Do you know Off the Dome?
Rachel getting married. Stop making
Okay.
sense.
2 Demis on the
2
Sight and Sound.
Demis. Honestly, I could go with more, but the original Men in Black is definitely up there. Yeah. Oh, for sure. The OG Men in Black is one of my all-time favorite. That's a perfect film, I think.
I mean, that wonderful summer blockbuster,
great
to be
time,
sure.
fun flick.
If one's gonna be on there to represent that facet, then I think it has to be that one.
No, I love this. Keep going.
Probably Fire Walk with Me, Inherent Vice. I'm at 6 now.
Wow, Inherent Vice is in the 10.
Yeah, I love Inherent. I've seen Inherent Vice a million times. I love that movie.
I love the book. I've struggled with the film a little bit, but the book was a 5-star read for me.
I showed it to my friend. My friend was like, "Let's watch a good movie." We smoked 3 joints and then watched Inherent Vice. And within the first 5 minutes, he was
That's the way to do
cackling
it.
and he was like, "Dude, what the fuck is going on in this movie?"
I mean, just Martin Short alone in Inherent Vice.
Oh my god, he's
makes
so
the movie.
funny. My favorite
funny.
scene is when they get paranoid for no reason at Martin Short's place, and Martin Short's like, actually, I think we need to drive in the same car so that they don't think that we're together. And he's like, exactly. Should we maybe should we? And then they all do cocaine together. I would need to get back to you. I think Ratatouille would be in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I need one animated. I'd probably choose Ratatouille.
Okay, we're close to 10. I haven't been keeping.
No, I think
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident. That's it. That's all of them. That's it. I don't even need a 10. If I got Men in Black and Southland Tales, I don't need.
Wow,
the 10.
call it there.
It's
All right, so
strictly
we got
American.
the sight and what once we get the sound, we'll call it finished.
I'd put Oppenheimer in there maybe. I recently rewatched Oppenheimer and I was like, this is the best movie that's been produced in my lifetime potentially.
Except for Southland Tales, of course.
Yeah, well, if it's on the 10, it's up there. I think everything I've actually mentioned has been produced in my lifetime, save for Men in Black. So, or what if I just started listing Roman Polanski movies? I was not even the good ones. I was just like, yeah, obviously, The Celebration.
That's the one he did a couple years ago.
Yeah, he did a couple years ago
About rich people barfing. You saw Triangle of Sadness, and he's like, I can do that.
I could do this. Anyway, I've linked. I've sent a link to my 9th Sight and Sound pick. Here, which is Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. Would you guys mind pulling this up?
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I say we live react to the trailer. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure. I'm first gonna live react to the ad. I'm getting loop earplugs. I don't know what that's supposed to sell me. Okay, I'm at the old 000 on Run, Hide, Fight.
I gotta get through this Shop Granger ad. One of two.
Oh, Granger, you need some farm supplies.
I do. Well, I'm in Kentucky. And then Veterans Insurance.
For those of you who don't know what this is the Daily Wire sort of last stand, right? This is like the last of the Mohicans of the Daily Wire, you know.
Yeah, they're like, this makes $1 billion worldwide, or our company doesn't exist anymore.
They blew their budget on a King Arthur
they've
show.
broken
no one
even.
watched.
And it's a sequel to the Die Hard in a School Shooting movie that they made, starring an actor who I would say could have come back if not for this. I genuinely think there could have been a world where Jonathan Majors doesn't do this movie and he comes back in a couple years in the way that
if he just like laid low for a little bit longer, gave like a smart supporting performance in like a small indie,
or maybe could have played Ebenezer Scrooge and we would all just forget. You know, about
the King of Misfits returns.
Oh man,
God, oh my God.
Okay, here's the thing: if he leaned into the same direction he was going to do with Kang, or where he just played all of the spirits on top of Scrooge,
it would have been more interesting than this.
Would have been the Jim Carrey Christmas.
Yeah, it would have been that, but good.
Oh,
would it have been good? That's the question, I suppose.
Possibly.
But here we are. Are we all at 000?
Jim Carrey, Ebenezer.
Born there.
I recommend putting captions on so that you can really hear this dialogue.
Right.
And on the count of Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. That's when you press play.
Okay, burning ambulance.
Crash cop car.
We got a crash cop car.
Bullet casings. Kneeling.
Oh, kneeling.
We've got...
This has the AI, like, slow dolly.
It does.
And that was Jonathan Majors falling out the window.
Yeah. They left the take.
I mean, you got to use the take, in my opinion.
So...
this has a different tone than I
it feels like an American Pie trailer in the beginning.
Yeah.
Stifler.
Wait, why does this feel like Delta Farce?
Daily Wire presents The Naked Mile.
So he just said there are 3 ways that Islam will conquer the West: through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us. Right? Fight back or fall.
They're gonna make us trans.
Yeah. Do you think Jonathan Majors was like talking to Ben Shapiro, like, did you like The Last Black Man in San Francisco? Did you like that movie?
Do you think I gave a stunning performance that gave you high hopes for my future?
He looks so washed in this. Like, this is the most admission of guilt performance I could imagine.
By doing the movie, you're admitting guilt. You know what I mean?
This is just giving up.
Yeah, it's very they're using the one white word, one red word title font thing, the Mad Men thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's an actor who I think has been really good in a lot of things, and he's looks
an
terrible
exceptional
in this.
Actor. It's a shame.
He looks awful in this.
Well, yeah, because
we have to do a special episode on this movie, right?
We have to. We must.
If you pick it.
If you pick it, those are the rules. I'm not doing a special correspondent.
Yeah, I'm not itching to do Bone Cone on Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels.
If you pick it, if you have the courage to waste a month, one of your precious picks
of your rapidly diminishing months.
I like the undercurrent of this is that I'm wasting my life. Is that like the undercurrent of this whole episode has been that I have no regard for the time I spend.
Just throwing them away.
I calls them like I sees them.
Are you going to tell me?
I see what movies you go see in a theater, and I calls them like I sees them.
I'll give you when I see you. I will give you the special snap bracelet that I got for seeing Moana in Dolby theaters. I got a special snap bracelet.
Thank you so much. I will stick it in my ass and cover it with poop.
He'll snap it in his ass.
I'm gonna snap it around my wiener.
Well, that's just a mediocre cock ring.
Yeah.
Also weird because it's a kids movie. You don't want to be doing that.
You brought that into the equation.
I mean, I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking.
Oh.
Everyone's thinking it.
Maybe we cut that out too. I don't know.
Does
Maybe
it
we
have a
cut out
picture
this
of-
whole episode.
No. Leave it in with
I refuse.
reverb.
Well,
Anyway. Is that? I think we've done it, right?
Are we Southland's told?
I think Hogsland Tales.
yeah, Hogz and Tales. We've done it. We've said what needs to be said. This is the definitive podcast on Southland Tales. Don't listen to the Chapo movie mindset about it. We did it better.
Yeah.
You should.
We've done it more.
Don't
should
listen to
be
Richard
good.
Kelly's commentary. Don't listen to anyone else talk about this movie. We covered all of it.
And we
did
made
it.
perfect
Be on the
sense
lookout
of
for
it.
my nonfiction book about Richard Kelly's Southland Tales. It'll be
Big
my
Kelly.
what was the Bonfire of the Vanities book?
Bonfire of the Vanities?
Well, but the making the Devil's Candy.
Oh, yes.
This is the Devil's Candy.
I am about to piss my pants, so maybe we should just wrap it up. I think.
Yeah, so
I don't want to piss my pants on Mike.
You're good. Then I'll tease the next episode's pick appropriately timed. This episode. My next episode is my pick. It was my long shot pick. I actually think it makes for a very good pairing with what we covered today.
I think so.
I will be the first to say the equally freewheeling, equally big-brained, equally 9/11-y.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Conspiracy epic Billy Bat.
Yes, Billy Bat. I will remind Ty that this is 140 chapters of manga. I would not do my homework the night before
No.
the assignment. I would. You have approximately 30 to 45 days to read it. I would judiciously space out some of that reading.
About a volume every 2 days should do you fine.
Okay, I can do that. I can.
Mhm.
How do you guys
Read it,
know I
it's
haven't?
a manga
I haven't.
volume. They fly.
How do you know I haven't started reading it yet?
Our history together.
Yeah.
Most things I know about you generally.
Historical
most of my
precedent.
experiences.
The way you
Yeah.
described how you like to consume the media before recording.
What can I say? I listen when you talk. I'm here to listen, and what I'm doing is I'm absorbing your habits and patterns, and I'm throwing them back at your face.
What I'm hearing is I'm running, I'm hiding, and I am fighting.
Infidel.
Ty, you are seen, you are heard, and you are valid in most cases. This one, we're not
This
so
one,
sure.
no. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not the friend that's going to validate every habit that you have. That's why I don't have more friends.
Kevin tells it like it is.
I calls him like I see
He's a
them.
truth
You're a
teller.
truth teller.
That's right. And so, I don't have the Shane Gillis one memorized.
You don't. Oh no.
Sometimes you miss. I don't remember what he.
Our poet laureate Shane Gillis, the funniest man in the
Yeah,
world.
Shane Gillis. Oh, I think Shane Gillis said, "I swallowed your cum." That means something.
Okay, great. We ended on that. Perfect.
It's a callback to a deleted joke. Give me $1 million and I'll email it to you. No, give me $100 and I'll email it to you, dear listener. Give me
But why would you-
$100. I'll email you the part that I cut out.
Don't lowball the offer, because there's a millionaire listening right now who's like, "Fuck, I was gonna do the $1 million, but now if it's only 100."
Benjamin, Mr. Shapiro.
Mr. Shapiro.
We'll
listening.
we'll take a blank check, Mr. Shapiro.
Oh
Mr.
man,
Shapiro.
it would be so hard to turn down working with Ben Shapiro. Like if Ben Shapiro like asked me, he was like,
That's where
like,
you and I differ, I think.
he was like, if he was like, do you want to come replace Brett Cooper? Like I would do it. Like I would do it in an instant.
I should hope they've replaced Brett Cooper. She's been gone for a long time.
Fem Shapiro.
Fem Shapiro. She
Literally
went
looks
India a
like Ben
long time
Shapiro
ago.
took estrogen.
Yeah, it's just Abby Shapiro. Fem Shapiro, the hit Halloween costume of 2026.
Let's say hypothetically, do the stanky leg.
Y'all been reading about this Dobby's grave shit? I'm gonna make a pilgrimage to Wales, and I'm gonna shit on that little.
Well, yeah, didn't they like derail a like
What?
like an internet lock cable or something?
They had a power cabling situation that was rerouted near real Bronze Age burial grounds because people online were crying about a fictional elf's grave.
Oh my god!
Cool.
Isn't it
So,
so?
I am gonna take a big stinky doo doo shit.
Yeah,
on it.
isn't it so great how many people are joining a project that they all have very vocal, conflicted feelings about?
It's really awesome. Nicholas Hoult as Gilderoy Lockhart, season 2. Guess
No,
what?
that's bad.
Don't like him anymore.
I don't think that's good casting.
He can probably do it.
could,
like
but I don't think he'd be good.
he can do the great or the
okay,
favorite
yeah,
thing
if he's
again.
pulling on the
you know, he
great,
can be
yeah, he'd be
foppy.
good.
I just like.
Why are we giving her money, and why are we still doing this shit? There are more good reasons to not do it, mostly for like people's like health and safety, than to do it.
I
don't know what we're talking about anymore.
HBO should do a reboot extended miniseries of Southland Tales.
Honestly, yes.
Ooh,
They should spend all the Harry Potter money on a live action Billy Bat.
That would kill if it probably wouldn't cause massive lawsuits from Disney.
No. Or the Kennedy or
The Kennedy estate.
NASA.
the Bill Maher Prize for comedy.
The Bill Maher, Billy Bat wins the Bill Maher Prize for comedy. Billy Bat is whispering to Bill Maher before every show.
Yes.
And finally, new rule.
Okay, is Billy
Draw me, Bill.
Is Billy the white bat or the black bat?
This is a good question.
Oh man, I don't know what this is.
Damn.
Maybe you should have done
Better start reading some EPUBs. It's going,
This is
Mr. Shapiro, we deleted another thing. Give me another $100.
Mr. Shapiro. You look
I
weak
should
when you
apologize.
apologize.
That's right, I am. Well, I am weak.
Cease to resist. Give it my goodbye. Drive my car into the ocean.
This mission sucks.
All my people download this, let's get a Billboard #1.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.